Major suicide strike terror plot in Lucknow busted. UP ATS arrested 2 terrorists with suspected links to the Al-Qaeda from Lucknow after hours of raids. The arrested terrorists had planned serial blasts and suicide attacks ahead of Independence Day. The arrested terrorists are said to have links to Kashmir. Large amounts of explosives were seized along with pressure cooker bombs and firearms. Recoveries from the raids were taken by the ATS team in black suitcases. ATS is currently conducting raids at 3 houses. In fact, the accused have been identified as Minhaj Ahmed and Masiruddin. Omar Al-Mandi is said to be handling these terrorists from Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Cops allege that terrorists burnt something just before their arrest. UP ATS is in touch currently with Jammu and Kashmir police as well. Cops suspect that more terrorists are still in hiding within the city.
इस मॉड्यूल के जो प्रमुख सदस्य हैं उनका नाम है मिन्हाज, मसीरुद्दीन व शकील। इनके नाम प्रकाश में आए हैं। इन लोगों ने उमर हलमंडी के निर्देश पर तथा अपने अन्य साथियों के सहायता से 15 अगस्त के पूर्व उत्तर प्रदेश के विभिन्न शहरों में, विशेषकर लखनऊ के महत्वपूर्ण स्थानों, स्मारकों, भीड़भाड़ वाले इलाकों में विस्फोट करने, मानव बम आदि द्वारा आतंकी घटना कारित करने की तैयारी में थे। इसके लिए इनके द्वारा शस्त्र एवं विस्फोटक आदि भी एकत्रित किया गया था। उमर हलमंडी ने कुछ जिहादी प्रवृत्ति के व्यक्तियों को लखनऊ में चिन्हित कर एवं उन्हें नियुक्त कर अल-कायदा का मॉड्यूल को खड़ा किया गया है। यह मॉड्यूल अंसार गजवातुल हिंद, जो कि अल-कायदा का ही एक अंग है, के अंतर्गत आतंकी घटनाओं को अंजाम देने के लिए तैयार किया गया है।
The 2 suspected Al-Qaeda persons will be taken from this spot. The first vehicle you are seeing, this is full of recoveries which came in the raids. That includes explosives. They are kept inside this car in the black bags, and right behind it is the car in which the suspects of Al-Qaeda are being sat here inside this particular car. They are sitting inside this the second car that is coming in. As you can see the visuals on India Today, the first car is moving with those black bags, and now this is the major car with 2 suspects linked with Al-Qaeda as we see. So now they will be taken to some other spot from here, and that will be added to the further investigation in the entire matter. As you are seeing the visuals out here, the cars are moving to some other location, and this is what we are getting from the spot. Samar Srivastava reporting for India Today from Lucknow.
We have some big news coming in. A team of Delhi's police special cell will be going to Lucknow to interrogate with the arrested terrorists. Delhi police special team expected to arrive to Lucknow by Tuesday. Here's big information coming in that the Delhi police special cell team will be stepping in, will be landing in Lucknow before Tuesday to interrogate with the arrested terrorists. We believe the ADG of Uttar Pradesh said that these terrorists were planning for a series of attacks and suicide blasts. In fact, the Delhi police special team now to investigate this matter further. They will be arriving into Lucknow by Tuesday to interrogate with the arrested terrorists. Now, multiple raids by the National Investigation Agency in Jammu and Kashmir is currently underway. The joint operations by NIA, IB, RAW along with Jammu and Kashmir Police and the CRPF carried out raids in at least 10 locations of Anantnag, Awantipora, Baramulla and Srinagar, busting a new ISIS module. In fact, currently all these collaborated raids led the agencies on the doorstep of a man called Omar Bhatt in South Kashmir. Sources have told India Today that Omar is now the face of printing editions of Voice of Hind, a radical magazine with intent to instigate Muslims, especially the youth, against the system itself. 5 people have been arrested now and questioning is currently underway. 9 people are being interrogated and questioned. A case of new ISIS module and terror funding was registered 10 days ago, but suspects were put under surveillance for the last 3 months. Last year in March, a Kashmiri couple were rounded up by the Delhi police and arrested on charges of links with Khorasan module and even fueling anti-CAA protests. The magazine then stopped printing but started to publish yet again a few months ago. This is when RAW activated its sources there.
Yes, NIA has raided the multiple locations across the Kashmir Valley. These raids started from the South Kashmir's Achbal area, where 4 locations were raided by the NIA and assisted by the Jammu and Kashmir police as well as by the CRPF. And then these raids were also conducted in the Srinagar, in Baramulla and in the Awantipora. So far what we are getting from the sources that the raids are underway in fact in Baramulla, and 10 people had been so far detained, 5 had been arrested. Now the NIA will be questioning these people who are in the detention, and the things which had been seized by the NIA, they will be scrutinized by the NIA, and finally it is expected that probably some more arrests may be carried out by the NIA, as this investigation has started for last many months, and the main focus of the NIA is the publication of one of the magazines of the ISIS here in the India, and also the recruitment process and recruitment cell which is working online across the country and different parts of the world.
As the battle between Taliban and Afghanistan forces inch closer towards Kandahar, Afghanistan, India has now pulled out around 50 diplomats and security personnel from its consulate in Kandahar, Afghanistan, in view of deteriorating security situation and the Taliban gaining control of new areas around Kandahar. A statement from the MEA said that this decision has been taken due to intense fighting near Kandahar city. The statement further emphasized that this is a temporary measure until situation stabilizes, and the consulate will continue to operate through local staff members. Our arrangements are currently being made to ensure continued delivery of visa as well as consular services through our Indian Embassy in Kabul. Now, shifting focus here, Twitter India appointed a resident grievance officer finally, days after designating a chief compliance officer to meet the new IT rules in India. The move comes just days after new IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav took charge of the ministry and said that he said a firm that will have to follow Indian laws. Twitter will have no choice but to do so. Let's take a look at this report.
After facing heat from the central government and the Delhi High Court, Twitter has complied with the new IT guidelines, finally appointing an Indian national and resident as its officer for grievances redressal. In an announcement on its website, Twitter named Vinay Prakash for the position, fulfilling the government's new mandate. This comes after a stern warning from new IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav after taking charge, asking the microblogging behemoth to respect law of India.
भारत में रहने वाले हर व्यक्ति को, भारत में काम करने वाली हर कंपनी को, सभी को भारत के नियम मानने चाहिए.
In the new IT laws issued in March, government asked social media behemoths to identify illegal posts and find originator of such posts. Tech giants with over 50 lakh users were also asked to appoint chief compliance officer, nodal officer and grievance officer. All the 3 personnel have to be residents in India. The officials will be held liable for any illegal posts, breach in legality, and will be responsible for addressal of grievances of users targeted or harassed on social media platforms. Twitter had been at loggerheads with the Indian government over the new social media rules. But now it seems to fall in line after successive raps by the Delhi High Court, which was hearing a plea against its continuing defiance.
What we can expect with the appointment of Vinay Prakash is that this war of words or this tussle between the government and Twitter might settle for a brief period. Manas Tiwari in Delhi for India Today.
Now, surge of COVID hits all across India. Now, they don't care for COVID safety. It's quite evident with the visuals that we see here. No social distancing, no masks. It's all an alien concept to these tourists who are all touring, almost revenge tourism as it's called, as the Prime Minister himself deemed it. In fact, it appears that they don't remember the death toll during the second wave. They don't recollect the killer oxygen crisis. They're right out to shop, travel, make merry, putting themselves at absolute risk, and not just them, but the entire country. In fact, triggering all fears of a third wave. Can India really afford this criminal carelessness? As COVID cases in the country are now dipping, many states have started to relax curbs. People have started to take advantage of these easing of curbs and can be seen right out there in large numbers, flouting norms. Horrifying visuals coming in from various parts of the country where people can be seen blatantly defying COVID rules. Not wearing masks, adhering to social distancing guidelines. COVIDiots there on the prowl without masks entering religious places in Mathura. A similar sight was also witnessed at the famous Sarojini Nagar market in the national capital, where a huge crowd gathered for shopping. There was in fact mad rush that was seen even at a vaccination center in MP's Khargone. A huge crowd there gathered outside one of the vaccination centers in the district to get inoculated, but at the same time, no social distancing. In fact, many of them sans masks. We know that in many places, social distancing could be a luxury where people can't afford in areas which are crowded. But nonetheless, a vaccination center having crowding like that is unfortunate. It's the duty of the officials there to ensure that these crowds are limited. But we're looking at tourists as well, flouting norms, many parts of the country. With only COVID cases decreasing, it seems like people are all out there flouting all possible norms while temperatures soar, tourists thronging to hill stations particularly, throwing all caution to the wind. In fact, the new trend of revenge travelling is a cause of concern, and which might just ignite the third wave. People are seen gathering at the Bhushi Dham in Lonavala. Most of them were without masks here as well, flouting social distancing norms, enjoying the weather, scenery. Well, it's all good to do that, but as long as you maintain COVID protocols. But clearly, we're looking at tourists unwavered with the fact that the pandemic is still on. Himachal Pradesh government has expressed grave concern over this huge influx of tourists. Tourists continue to flock to Manali, blatantly violating COVID norms. Visuals coming in day on day leaves us shocked.
हाँ, मैंने अपने ये रखा है मास्क, और यहाँ पे सब ना फोटो खींच रहे हैं बराबर, तो फोटो के टाइम तो मास्क पे अच्छा नहीं लगता ना, तो जब वहाँ पे जाते हैं तो मास्क लगा लेते हैं, और इधर ऐसे
हम लोग हमारे सारे प्रिकॉशंस ले रहे हैं, जैसे कि बार बार सैनिटाइज करते रहना, एंड यहाँ पे भी हम लोग प्रिकॉशंस ले ही रहे हैं. अब बाकी लोगों को तो हम कुछ बोल नहीं सकते, बट हमारे तरफ से हम मास्क भी वेयर कर रहे हैं, सो फाइन.
2 साल से सब कुछ बंद है, सब लोग परेशान है काफ़ी. अभी थोड़ा बहुत लॉकडाउन में रीओपनिंग हुआ है, अनलॉक हुआ है, सो काफ़ी फ़र्क है. सब लोग घूमने आ रहे हैं. सेल्फ प्रिकॉशन लेना ज़रूरी है, बट एट द सेम टाइम घर में भी कितने दिन बैठेंगे सब.
Let's take a quick look at what the Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami had to say on revenge tourism.
बहुत दिनों के बाद जो है, चूँकि वैसे तो 4 धाम यात्रा बंद है और पर्यटक जो हमारे यहाँ आ रहे हैं उनके लिए हमने RT-PCR अनिवार्य रूप से कर रखा है कि RT-PCR के बिना जो है वहाँ पर प्रवेश नहीं मिलेगा. लेकिन जो बीच में कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी आई हैं कि अचानक खुलने के कारण से केवल बाहर के लोग नहीं, वो देहरादून और उसके आसपास के लोग भी जो है वो कैंपटी फॉल और मसूरी पहुँच गए थे. तो उसके कारण से अत्यधिक ज़्यादा एकदम से जो बाहर से आने वाले संख्या नहीं थी, वो उत्तराखंड के अंदर की संख्या थी. लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी हम लोगों ने जो है अभी नई गाइडलाइन जारी कर दी है कि अब जो भी होटल हैं हमारे, वो 50% जो है क्षमता के आधार पर ही चलाए जाएंगे, और कोई भी अगर बिना मास्क के घूमेगा तो उसका चालान पहले से हो रहा है, और मास्क भी वितरित किए जा रहे हैं. हम लोगों का पूरा ध्यान है कि किसी भी तरीके से लोगों को बचाया जाए.